about FF16. Let's talk about FF16, y'all. Because it's the best thing happening right now on this world. Happening soon. FF16 is not a Final Fantasy game. The combat system is not true to the series. The aesthetics is too much like Game of Thrones. Also, I've never played FF16. Straight clowns. Absolutely clownish takes we're seeing on the Twitter right now. That just gotta be mad. Just gotta be mad. I feel like, personally, the people that are mad about this, that are, you know, self-proclaimed Final Fantasy purists with giant bunny ear quotes, right? These are people that are literally just gatekeeping. I think that there is actually a subsection of people that do not want the game to be as insanely popular and talked about as it's gonna be. There are actually people who would rather the game be more niche, more obscure, more weird, less broad appeal, so that way they can cling onto it and keep it all for themselves and not have to share it and enjoy it with everybody else, because they want to gatekeep. They want to feel like they're better than everyone else, and if everyone else likes the thing that they like, well, there's something wrong with it. Because that just can't happen. They just cannot share the fun with everybody. I definitely think that it's that, because literally there is no way you can actually play the demo and walk away from it thinking, this game is terrible. I'm gonna cancel my pre-order. Unless they're, like, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. If you play the demo and you think it's bad, you're the problem. Okay? You're straight up wrong, and you're the problem. I wouldn't normally say that about most games or most demos, but the demo is so fucking good, and it is so stacked in every way, that I feel like if you're gonna complain about it and, like, find things to be upset about with it, I got a feeling you're doing that with everything else in your life. And you're just going out of your way to find problems where there's no problems. I know a shitload of people like that, and it is exhausting as fuck. I do not know how you're doing in your day-to-day, man. I don't know how you're doing it. But hey, listen, if you're looking for a really good turn-based game, I can recommend Honkai Star Rail. Just gonna play Honkai Star Rail, man. It's good. I think the demo is going to get people into the franchise, and that's why this is the stupidest take imaginable. These people that are clowning around on Twitter with their hot take about, oh, this isn't really a Final Fantasy game, and it's not really gonna be true to the series, and meanwhile ignoring everything that is true to the series about it. All of these, like, introspective romantic moments. And by romantic, I don't mean like in the loving sense. I mean like in the classical sense of appreciating the beauty of standing on the balcony, looking at the moon and having a conversation with a character who, like, we're talking about war. We're talking about how we don't want the next war to be as bad. Like, we don't want war to go on and on and on. Like, that's classic Final Fantasy. Like, friendship, through our friendship, we're going to make our way through this horrible situation and we will persevere. That's Final Fantasy. The characters that you grow to love and know over time. We meet him in the beginning as a child, and we meet Jill in the beginning, and then later on we know we're going to get to know them all so much better. That's Final Fantasy. That's what matters. And thank God they're actually doing something a little different this time, branching out into a new aesthetic, darker, more mature. And it's definitely going to bring in so many more people into the franchise. So if you actually give a shit about the franchise, if you're actually an FF purist and you love every other FF game, wouldn't you want them to cast the net a little wider for once? No, because those people genuinely don't want that. It's not about that. It's not about creating new Final Fantasy experiences. It's about gatekeeping. Only problem with FF16 is that I can't play it earlier because it'll be exclusively on PS5. Yeah, you're correct. That's the only problem with FF16. There's only one problem. One. And it's that it's PS5 exclusive. That is one valid, legitimate, shitty problem. And I feel like that's the biggest stumbling block that they have. That's the biggest obstacle that they face. Because from what I heard, they only sold... They just did not sell that many PS5s in Japan at all. Really. And I heard that Square Enix was already panicking because of not enough pre-orders. But there's just not enough pre-orders because there's not enough people that had bought the PS5. There's not enough people that could even get it. By the time people could get it, like, actually, for me, by the time I could actually get a PS5, I had forgotten it existed. Like, I was like, wait, I can get a PS5? Oh, yeah. Wasn't that console that came out, like, a while ago, and I had completely forgotten about it being a thing that I had wanted for. Yeah. I do think that this is going to be a console seller, though, and there's a little bit of there's a silver lining to the fact it's PS5 exclusive, and it's that the game looks fucking good. The game looks really, really good. It's beautiful. Like, it's visually stunning, and you can, like, it really feels like next gen. I think that they probably locked themselves in to the deal with the PS5 before Sony had supply chain issues and there was the whole COVID shit and everything, but they were already locked in, so they're just kind of like, well, I guess for us to have any hope with this game, we just need to make it literally the best game. This game needs to be so fucking good that people will pay attention to it and actually buy the console because of it. That is the huge monumental task that they had laid out before them. And honestly, before the demo, I was stressing about it, and I was talking to other people here on the team, like, damn, like, the bar is so high because of the problem with PS5. But people couldn't get it. It sets the bar so insanely high. I just hope that they can reach it. But they fucking did. At least in the demo. But look, if you know anything about the FF14 team, you're going to play the story through the demo, and you're going to see some of the hallmarks of quality that you can recognize from playing the story at its best in FF14. Like, there have been times in FF14 when I played through a patch story content even, and I thought, this is the best game I've ever played. Like, a game that made me feel more strongly about events that were happening, made me care so much about characters that I had really met fairly recently, like relatively new characters, and made me feel so connected to them. This is something FF14 does really, really well, and you can see the hallmarks of that in FF16. So for us that are familiar with FF14, it's just like a confirmation of what we knew with the demo for FF16. It's not even a question that, oh, maybe it's just the demo that's really high quality and it's gonna fall off after that. Of course it's not. We know better. This is what we've been trying to tell y'all for years already about FF14.